Hello there, my name is Sharalee and welcome to my most requested video ever, my eating and exercise routine. I received numerous requests for this video over the last year and a half, and wouldn't you know, I filmed a week-long vlog right before all of the quarantine regulations were put into place. So I've been sitting on this footage trying to decide when would be the best time to put this up, and I've decided to just go ahead and post it now for two reasons. One is because you're gonna see that my philosophy on diet and exercise is actually something that works whether you're quarantined at home or you have freedom to move about, go to the gym, etc. Second reason is because this quarantine is going to eventually end. Praise the Lord for that. And I think this is a great time to look forward to the future, to what happens next. And so I'm kind of thinking of it as like post-quarantine resolutions. Just like you do at the end of the year, we're making our New Year resolutions, New Year goals. I think it's important to look forward to making post-quarantine goals as well. And I think a new exercise or a new eating plan is something that is a really worthwhile goal to make. Now, having said that, these are tips and tricks that work for me personally, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a physical trainer, so it's very important that before you employ any of these tips that you check with your doctor first and make sure that these are good things for you to do. Now, as we get into this video, I'm gonna give you, you're gonna see a full week, 7 days of what I ate, how I exercised, all of that through the week. And because this was filmed before quarantine, you're gonna see me go to the gym, you're gonna see me go to a restaurant. So just keep those thoughts in the back of your mind. But again, after quarantine is done, we are gonna be able to do that. All right, so now let's jump into the 7-day vlog. I'm gonna take you through each meal each day. I'm also going to include and show you what I take as far as supplements go. Now, I have changed out a few of those as well, so I'll include at the end some of the changes that I've done with my supplements as well as exercise during this time of quarantine. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with day number 1. So first thing Monday morning, I am taking my dog out for a walk now. He's 13 years old, so this is really much more like a stroll. You can just see how slow he moves, and he likes to stop along the way. So this is good just to kind of get me going in the morning, but this is not what I consider my main exercise anymore. Then I have my breakfast, and this is the same breakfast every morning. I have the Pro Max protein bar, and I have either the double fudge brownie or the nutty butter crisp. The nutty butter crisp has 300 calories for the whole thing, and then the double fudge brownie is 280. So typically I like the double fudge brownie, but they have high protein content and I only eat half of this. So this, though it tastes delicious with my coffee, what I like to do is start off with just a little bit of black coffee first. This helps kind of reset my taste buds so that when I add my creamer later, I don't feel like I need quite as much sweetness and creamer in there. I have really gotten into using this super creamer. It has MCT oil and it's sweetened with monk fruit, so it's low calorie. You can do 3 tablespoons for 50 calories. So this little measure cup, what I like to do is first put in the super creamer. And again, like I said, I do 3 tablespoons of that, so that's 50 calories. And then I will add in 1 tablespoon of half and half creamer because I just like that little extra creaminess that it adds to the coffee. Now, this little measuring cup is a gem, and it is especially helpful for measuring not only your coffee creamer, but also for salad dressings, because I don't know about you, it's really easy to get out of control with liquids and adding dressings and creamers and all of that. So you're going to see this little gem appear several times, but to me, this is a critical tool if you're trying to stay on track or lose some weight. Now I add that to my coffee and then take my little frother and froth the coffee to where it's, really good and foamy, and then add in the rest of the coffee. Just a little bit more about my philosophy. I do count calories Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I give myself complete freedom. Monday through Friday, I try to keep my calorie count varied. Monday and Tuesday are my strictest days. I try to keep my calories as low as possible. And then Wednesday through Friday, I will give myself a little more flexibility. I use the MyFitnessPal to help me keep track of everything and also to help calculate how many calories I should have per day if I want to lose weight or maintain weight. Then as I get dressed for the day, one tip I have for you is I actually wear jeans around the house most days, but you can always throw on cute little comfy slippers. But I like to wear jeans because it helps me not feel too lazy and not get out of control with eating. For lunch, I had the Loft Tortilla Factory. I love these tortillas. They are low carb, only 70 calories for the whole thing, and yet they don't taste like cardboard. They are so delicious. So you're going to see these appear a couple times in different ways. So I like to get creative. I like to use the spicy jalapeno cream cheese. I scoop out about a tablespoon, so that's 30 calories, and I spread this very thinly over as much of the whole tortilla as possible. And then I love the oven roasted turkey breast. This one doesn't have any nitrates in it. So I add 4 slices of that. And of course, I have to set a little aside to give to my dog while I'm having lunch. And then I like to do a dipping sauce of salsa. Salsa is so low calorie, I don't even count salsa. So then I roll up my tortilla, cut it on an angle because, we like to have our diet food seem a little bit extra fancy. And so I've got my tortilla with the turkey and the cream cheese, and on the side I gotta have some fries. These are Snickety hot and spicy. They have a regular version too, but the hot and spicy is my favorite. You can have 60 of these for 140 calories. They're all natural and absolutely delicious. So look at that meal. Does that look like diet food? I don't think so. So good. Then in the afternoon, I always like to snack on nuts. So I have these huge colossal cashews, had a few of those, and then it was off to the gym for my real workout. So on Mondays, I do an extra time of cardio. So I like to use the elliptical machine when I'm able to go to the gym, and I don't go crazy. I do just a manual setting, I do a level 3, and I do 30 minutes. I do try and change up, like I'll push really hard with my arms for a minute or pull with my arms for a minute, work my legs, try to vary it, but I don't kill myself, but I still feel like I get a good workout. Then coming home for dinner, I'm doing a super healthy salad, and of course I got one of those avocados that had lots of brown spots inside, but chopped up an avocado. I've got butter lettuce on the plate to the left. So chop that up, added it, and then adding extra veggies. I love broccoli slaw. If you chop it up really finely, you don't even know that it's there, but you're getting extra vegetables. So this is one thing that I like to keep on hand. And then I love the mix of mandarin oranges with avocado. So I added a few of those. It also adds a little extra juiciness, so you don't need quite as much dressing. And then I added about 1/8 of a cup of mozzarella cheese, just enough. I have to have a little bit of cheese on my salad, so just enough to know that it's there, but the avocado also kind of helps give more richness. And then I always love a little crunch, so I add about 8 almonds to the salad. I like to chop those up, put those on top. And now for the dressing. I love this sweet onion dressing by Lighthouse, and I've pulled out my magic measuring cup, and I'm going to show you my trick I do. So for 2 tablespoons, this is only 50 calories. It's delicious. It has enough sweetness and just a little bit of vinegar zing, but it's not too much. So I will put in 3 tablespoons, so that's 75 calories, and I will put about 2/3 of it on the salad. Then I will take 2 forks, and I know this takes time, but it's totally worth it. completely toss that dressing in. Then I will go back and add the rest of that dressing I measured out. And that huge salad, I only needed 3 tablespoons of dressing. So really mix this up really good, and it had plenty of dressing on it. Then on the side, I love these Skinny Pop mini cakes. These are the cinnamon sugar ones. There's 20 cakes for 120 calories. And so I don't love most rice cakes or popcorn cakes, but these are good. They're soft and delicious. So I start off with 10 here, and then after I was done, I wanted a few more, so I had 10 more. So all in all, this is a very low-cal, healthy dinner. And then for dessert, I had these Better chocolate bites. I had one. They're 67 calories. They are 40% less sugar than your normal. They are so good and so satisfying. Oh my word. So they come individually wrapped like this, and you can see that's the size, and look at the thick chocolate ring around. They're just so good. So this is how I finished out my day. I still had 653 calories left for that day. So really low cal day. It was a good day. All right, Tuesday morning, I am back out here with my little walking buddy. Now, truth be told, for the first 8 years or 9 years of his life, he was a great personal trainer. So if you struggle getting on a regular walking routine, get a dog or start taking your dog for a walk. They will start begging you to take them out for a walk. And when he was young, we would move at a very fast pace. Now, obviously, it's just a stroll, and this is more for his benefit. Although I do feel like I get good benefit too. I love to just breathe deeply, good way to get myself going in the mornings. And then I can look forward to coming back and having my coffee and the rest of my protein bar. So I have the other half of that, had a little black coffee, then added my cream, fixed my coffee, and then I had a hair appointment this day, and it was over lunch. So I had this as my snack. It's one of the Kind bars, 180 calories. This was my hairdo that day. Boy, do I miss going to the salon. Then in the afternoon on Tuesdays is when I do my arm workout at the gym. And my pre-gym snack is a banana with about a tablespoon of peanut butter. This gives me the energy I need. My arm workout is really intense, so I do have to have a snack before I go. And I will link down below my arm workout, but it's about 35 minutes, and I just do it once a week. Then I have this beef stick. These are so good. This is the summer sausage. That was my snack. And then for dinner, we're having cheese lovers pasta and salad. And this is what it looks like. It's so good, but you can really control the number of calories by the number of tortellini. And then for dressing, I'm having this Lighthouse ranch dressing, used my Measure-All, and for dessert, had a York patty mint. So there you go. I still had 330 calories left for the day, so that was also a very good day. Wednesday, out for an early walk, and this walk was a little shorter because Wednesdays I usually have to get up and get going. So taking the dog out for his little stroll in the morning just to get going, get moving. Well, we're trying to get him moving. But again, still good to get out and get some fresh air. Then I had my coffee and my usual breakfast. Today I was having the Nutty Butter Crisp with my coffee. For lunch, I had half a cup of cottage cheese. I just do the full fat version. To me, it's much more satisfying, but I do douse it with cayenne pepper. I love spice, and to me, I think this helps with metabolism. So I love to just really thoroughly cover that. And then I chopped up an apple, and then my side carb are these poppables, the white cheddar. They're so good, but easy to measure. So you can have 28 of these for 150 calories. And I love chips when you can easily measure or count out how many you can have. And then for my mid-afternoon snack, I had another chocolate bite. And then I was off to the gym. You can tell this was a late night So we had not yet had dinner yet, but I like to sneak in my workout right before dinner. So did the same thing, level 3, 30 minutes, got that all done. And I just love the elliptical machine because I feel like it's really easy on my joints, and you can push yourself a little bit more if you want to. For dinner, I had a lighter dinner because it was later, so I went back to my tortilla. This is another favorite thing I like to do, and these ultra thin slices of cheese are wonderful. If you are a cheese lover like me, this is another area I can get out of control. So I did 2 thin slices, which is 80 calories, and then just filled in the gaps with a little bit of shredded cheese. So again, this keeps the calorie count down. That tortilla is only 70 calories. Then I will use a little bit of salsa, just sprinkle that on, and then I throw it in the toaster oven, and it just comes out yummy and melty like that. And then I top it with some spicy guacamole. So I will usually use about 2 tablespoons. This is good protein, and again, that flavor and extra spice that I love. So I kind of spread out those 2 tablespoons, cut it up into 4 pieces, and then it's almost like you have a little taco, little soft taco with guacamole sandwiched in the middle. It's so delicious and just filled with flavor. And so this was my main dish for dinner that night. And then on the side, I had to have some chips. I had these popcorners, the kettle corn kind. I love all of these. They're so good. Again, you can measure out 17 for 120 calories. And then on the side, I had LaCroix, sparkling water in orange. Orange and coconut are my favorite. And then I had the Ocho organic coconut bites, and these are similar to the peanut butter ones. They're only 63 calories, but again, a really thick layer of chocolate with coconut. They're so delicious. And then that night I wanted a snack, so I wanted to be good. So I got out my measuring cup and added about half of it with craisins, and this kind of helps curb that sweet tooth that I want. I wanted something a little bit sweet, but then mixing it with a little salty, so I added in about 8 almonds, and this is just such a satisfying snack, especially late at night. I didn't want to ruin my whole day, so there was my evening snack, and I was able to finish out my day under 414 calories. So another good day. Thursday dawns and I'm back out here with my little buddy. We are out moving along today, or at least at this part. But this day I was not going to be able to get to the gym. I had both a luncheon with people from church and I was going to have dinner with a good friend of mine. So I decided this was going to be a non-counting day, but I was still going to do my best to try and keep my calories under control. But did go out at least for my little stroll with my dog that morning. So this was my little bit of exercise today. Went back and had my same breakfast. I'm telling you, it's the same every day, but I love it. I actually look forward to it. For lunch, I just had half a chicken salad sandwich and chips. This was out with friends from church. Then in the afternoon, to keep myself from eating any more, I had another LaCroix, the orange one. These are no calorie, so delicious. And then for dinner, I was out at Chili's with my friend. They have a delicious steak with avocado, pico de gallo, and then had a Caesar salad on the side. So good. And then I had a York patty mint for dessert. Now, Friday morning is a slower day, so I wanted to take some time and show you my supplements. I take these every day, actually. So I do chewable vitamin C, or I will do emergency. So this is what I'll do if I'm not feeling so good, but typically I do the chewables. I will also take this magnesium, calcium, vitamin D supplement. It's liquid. I take that morning and night. And then I do the Source of Life liquid vitamins and minerals. It is this dark green liquid in this cup. It doesn't taste too bad. And then I like to add a little B12 for extra energy. I take B complex. I take lutein for the eyes. This is a great supplement. And then I do have issues with allergies, so I take nettle, stinging nettle. And then for my nails, I've been taking biotin for a couple of years. I really feel like this really helps with my nails in particular. And I've been taking these 2 vitamins, Flawless Complexion and Glowing Skin from Ollie. Honestly, I really did not notice any big changes. So I finished these out, and then I'll show you at the end what I am now taking instead. You can see I have lots of chewables and liquids. So all of these are chewables. They all taste delicious, but that's because I have a hard time swallowing. So this is about the size of pills that I can swallow. So everything else I like to take is liquid or chewable. And then at night before bed, I take this Calm. It's just magnesium. It's the raspberry lemon flavor. They have lots of flavors, but love those. So that's what I do every morning. I take those supplements. And then on Fridays, I don't take my dog for a walk. My husband does, but I get to get out, and this is my cardio for the day. So I go out for 25, 30 minutes, get to take in the views, and then come back and guess what? Having my same breakfast. But I love to pull out an extra cute mug sometimes, like this one. Mornings aren't pretty. Isn't that the truth? And then for lunch, I had half of one of these cheese bagels, 120 calories. So I like to toast that in the oven. So good. These are from Walmart. And then I have on the side the sweet chili version of popcorners. Again, 17 for 120 calories. They're so delicious. They have kind of a sweet little bit of spice. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the spicy cream cheese to the bagel. You don't have to slather it on. I just feel like, by just spreading it evenly over the whole surface, it gives just enough flavor and taste to it that I really don't miss the extra. Then, look at this freshness. So this is a blood orange off of one of my friend's trees. I had never had these till this year, and I don't know, it's kind of crazy, but these are really sweet, delicious. They have a very different taste than your normal orange. But I sliced up one of those, put the slices in a bowl. You have to be real careful because that juice will stain. And there is my lunch for the day. Then for a mid-afternoon snack, I wanted something sweet but wanted to control my calories. So I like to do an Italian soda with either orange or coconut. I chose coconut this day. And what I'm doing is I'm using a large mason jar because you want something that's a little bit bigger than the amount of liquid you're going to put in there, because we're going to add half and half creamer to it, so it makes it really foamy. So added that whole can, and then I'm adding a little bit of French vanilla coffee syrup. You can do 2 tablespoons for 80 calories. What I love about doing Italian sodas is you can control the number of calories, how much sweetness, etc. So I was just going to add a little bit of sweetness. So I added 1 tablespoon, and this is lighter than kind of normal. Sometimes I'll do 2. And then I just started off with 1 tablespoon of the half and half, or 1.5 tablespoons. And then I thought, I think I want the full 2 tablespoons. So all in all, this beverage was 80 calories, and you just whip it together and you can see that nice foam. It's just really delicious and refreshing. Then I had a beef stick. These are 70 calories. And then for dinner, my husband wanted pizza. So this is how we do pizza at home. Love the DiGiorno individuals. I think this is a great way to control how much you eat. So I love the stuffed crust one. That's actually fewer calories than the other, but they only come with like 4 pieces of pepperoni. So I like to add on a couple slices of turkey pepperoni. These are only like 4 calories each, so that's a great way. And then we always have a nice salad on the side. I'm again using the sweet onion dressing. And this time I'm only putting in 2 tablespoons because we have a smaller salad. Again, I'm not using the entire amount to start with, so put on about 2/3 of it. Give it a really good mix, and then add that final little bit, and you'll find that that is plenty of dressing, and it doesn't have too much to where the salad gets soggy. So mix that up really well. On my husband's salad, I had added a little bit of cheese. On mine, I'm just adding some of the leftover mandarin orange segments from the other day. And I started off with 4 here, but redid 5. And I just like making my plate look pretty. It makes me feel like I'm eating something more fancy. And then, of course, had a York patty mint for dessert. And then later, I had dessert tea. So this is what I like to do sometimes. If I'm still wanting something in the evening, I did 2 tea bags of decaf spiced chai tea, added a little bit of creamer, or you can add almond milk, is also delicious. I didn't have any at the time. And then add a little honey and vanilla syrup. And again, you can control how many calories by how much of each of those. Whip it up, and this is what you get. Delicious. And so that day I had a few more calories than my 1250 that were allotted, but still keeping it under 1500. Then for breakfast Saturday morning, had my usual, and then instead of exercise on Saturday, I cleaned my house. I mean, mopping floors, vacuuming, laundry, cleaning bathrooms, that's enough exercise for me. So I give myself the day off on Saturday. Then for a snack, after cleaning, I had these veggie chips. I love these. They have potatoes, tomatoes, carrots, beets, but they taste like Pringles, so good. And then for late lunch, I had granola with whole milk vanilla yogurt. I love granola, but it is higher calories, so I usually do this on the weekends. Then I had to run an errand, so I grabbed a snack. This is a peanut butter and honey tiger milk bar. And it was raining and cold this day. So when I got back home, I decided we needed to have chili and cornbread. So I love making chicken and white bean chili, and it's the easiest recipe. You basically open up a bunch of cans and put them in a pot, and then you do add sour cream and cheese at the end. But it's so delicious. Then for dessert, I had 2 of these molasses chips from C's. They are my favorite. Good little bit of crunch and sweet. And then for Sunday, again, same breakfast, half a bar, coffee. For lunch, usually we go out, but this day we stayed in and had leftovers from the night before. So our chili and cornbread, again, so delicious. Then my regular Sunday evening snack is tender white popcorn from Orville Redenbacher. This is so good. And then I like to pair it with a string cheese on the side. It's a delicious evening snack. And then because it was still cold, I wanted some hot tea, so I did the wintertime spiced tea, mixed that up, and this was the perfect pairing with my popcorn and string cheese for the evening. So as I mentioned earlier, I have made a couple of supplement changes, and one of them is that instead of the 2 Ollie brand skin gummies that I was taking, I have now just started taking the collagen replenish chews. This is my second bag. I'm about halfway through these. It's by Reservage Nutrition, and it is with hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. And the collagen in this is actually sourced from bovine. But they've put it in these delicious, I am telling you, they're like candy chews. And you take 3 of them a day. So I have really enjoyed those. For me personally, I do feel like I'm seeing a little bit of more suppleness in my skin. So that's just my personal experience with them. And then when I'm traveling, it's a little hard to take liquid vitamins. And so what I will do, instead of the liquid source of life vitamins that I take, I will take these. These are the Alive multivitamin adult gummies, and these are delicious too. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm all about chewables and liquid wherever possible. I have also just recently incorporated a probiotic in. That has been a good thing for me too. Now, as far as exercise changes during the quarantine, what I am doing right now is strictly just walking outside, or I have added on yoga. I have to say I've never done yoga until about 2 weeks ago, and I am loving it. Now, there were a couple of reasons why I didn't do yoga before, and one of them was I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to do all of these crazy poses and bend my body in certain ways. But my best friend told me about a yoga instructor, and she teaches what's called Holy Yoga. I just love that. I think it's so fun. And I will link her YouTube channel down below, but she has all different kinds of videos up of various types of yoga that you can do. I have loved her one to help with neck and shoulder stress. It's only like 25 minutes or so, and I have just felt like my body just has felt so much better when I do a yoga session. Now she's got ones that are an hour long, 30 minutes long. She has all different topics. And what I personally have loved about hers is she is meditating, helping you meditate on a scripture verse for that time. So if that's something that sounds of interest to you, I will link her channel down below. If that's not your cup of tea, check out YouTube videos. There are tons and tons of yoga channels out there. Find one that you can relate with, an instructor you can relate with, who really helps talk you through each pose, and maybe that will be something that can be helpful to you, especially during this time of quarantine. All right, so that wraps up this video. I hope that that was helpful for you, and if anything, just interesting. I am always fascinated by what people do to maintain or lose weight, and so hopefully I just gave you maybe some new ideas to either incorporate with your current diet or exercise plan, or just some new philosophies to think about that might help you be successful in weight loss or in maintaining your current weight, if that is what you're looking for. Thank you as always so much for watching. Be sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.